Hello students, it's Mr. Panza. I just wanted to jump back into our time unit. We've been talking about labeling a clock. We label a clock just like I have it labeled here. At every big number 1 through 12, it's in increments of 5. And on the right-hand side of the clock, the first quarter and the second quarter can be written as 5 after, 10 after, quarter after, 20 after, 25 after, half past. On the third and fourth quarter, our minds must change. Now we're talking before, of, or till the next hour. 25 before, 20 of, quarter till. 10 before, 5 of, and the o'clock hour at the top of the hour. Using this as our guide, we can then label any clock we need and determine the minutes, determine the hours, and write it and say it the smart way. Let's take a look at the worksheet you should be looking at, and I'll show you how to label just the specific parts you need for the clock and then use it to answer questions. Notice in the directions the regular way is 5:50, saying it the smart way is 10 minutes till 6, or you could also say 10 minutes until 6. Or a couple different ways, before, of, or till. Many different ways, really, with the smart way. Question A is saying 6:55. So on my clock, if it's labeled correctly, I can see that my hour hand, the blue hand, the small hand, is in between the 6 and the 7. And my minute hand is directly on the 11. So immediately, if I've labeled this clock correct, I already know that my minutes are 5 minutes before, or 5 minutes of, or till the next hour. So even though, yes, this is 6:55, I should circle the 7 o'clock hour because I'm technically closer to 7 than I am 6. So yes, even though I would write it down in the digital way as 6:55, which is what you saw on the worksheet, I would label it totally different. I would label it closer to 7 o'clock. I would say 5 minutes to 7. Let's take a look at B and see if that helps as well. B on the digital clock tells you that it is 2:59, which on a regular clock would look like this. The hour hand pointing almost to the 3 because it's almost 3 o'clock, and the minute hand pointing almost directly to the 12 because it's almost 3 o'clock. But it's actually 1 minute before that 3 o'clock hour, which again, if I'm labeling this correctly and I'm determining the minutes, right here I'm at 59 minutes. Which again, if I'm going backwards, if this, the 11, is 5 minutes until the 3 o'clock hour, then this one is 4, 3, 2, and this is 1 minute before that next hour. And even though I'm still in the 2 o'clock hour at 2:55, I'm closer or moving towards the 3 o'clock hour. So that means my answer for the second question can actually be written as 1 minute until 3 o'clock, 1 minute before 3 o'clock, 1 minute of 3, because I'm moving towards that hour. How about letter C? Letter C is 7:40, and it would look something like this, almost as if both the hour and the minute hand were very close, if not directly on, the 8, which we know because it's 40, the minute hand, if we're determining the minutes, is on this 8. So we automatically know that that's going to be 20 minutes before the next hour, which you should actually see just based on where the clock is, a hint. It is 7, which is now 30, 35, 40, but I'm closer to that 8 o'clock hour. That's why my blue hour hand is getting closer towards that 8 o'clock hour, which means even though I'm saying it as 7:40, I am 20 minutes away from 8 o'clock, which is why it's 20 minutes before, of, or till that next hour. 20, 15, 10, 5, 0. 20 minutes before 8 o'clock is how you would say it and write it in the smart way. 20 till 8 o'clock. Let's do one more. 8:50 is the last example I'd like to show you. Let's take a look at what that would look like on a clock. On a clock, I'd have my hour hand almost to the 9. Because we're getting closer to 9 o'clock. Even though when I write it down the regular way, I am going to say that it's 8:50 on my clock. The smart way would tell me that I am getting close to the 9. So you want to make sure that you're circling that as your hour for the smart way, and then pointing out the 10 bot for your minutes. So once I've determined the minutes, which is 10 before, of, or till, and determine the hours, which is closer to the 9, I can then write it in the smart way, which will be 10 minutes before, or of, or till 9 o'clock. 10 minutes moving towards 9 o'clock. 10 minutes to 9. 10 minutes before 9. 10 minutes of 9. So using the labeling of the clock, determining hours and minutes the way that I have, and writing it the smart way will help you answer questions as well as looking at the clock and being able to determine it the right way. Thanks.